Hey, beautiful people. Listen, we are doing double duty tonight. We are on Insta and on YouTube as well. Hi, everybody. Why you all in my grill? So tonight, we mentioned earlier, that the focus was going to be focused on the finale. And we didn't know whether to call it that or the fault in our stars, because there's so many things that have happened in Hollywood and across the pond. And we really just wanted to chillax for a little bit and just look at how life could be so much easier if we would just focus on the main thing, let the main thing be the main thing, and to make it as easy and effortless as possible on our end. I just wanted to acknowledge, so much that's going on. And one of the things that I want us to always remember is that there is a finale. Like every your favorite story or your favorite film, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I always want you to know that every no is not a no forever. It might just be a no right now. The circumstances that you're going through with the client that's acting crazy or isn't acting at all, is it a temporary situation, and don't do something so detrimental to your business in the moment that you fail to see the forest for the trees. And so tonight I'm just going to wrap around some of the things that have been on my mind and it's trending right now. And of course, we're bringing it into the marketing space. But I also want you to know that, you can learn from any and everything, and how you can do that for your business as well. And so one of the things that I see is at the top of the ticker is Paula Abdul is going to be returning to American Idol tonight, because one of the hosts have come down with the Rona. God bless him. Hope all is well, and we wish him a speedy recovery. But this just speaks to, making sure that your brand is intact, and that no matter what happens, even the unexpected, you do have a plan in place for your people to move forward and for the business to keep on moving regardless, right? Like Cameron said in Paid in Full, listen, I'm going to eat regardless. So it don't make no difference to me one way or the other. People die every day. That movie was just it for me. And I want you to know about, Paula's, the snafus and all of the upsets and upheavals that happened between she and Simon Cowell, and maybe, I think Randy as well, but not so much because he's just like bona fide cool. But it's very clear that she did not burn bridges, that she was able to be called on in the middle of a situation that, is completely beyond their control. And she's able to say, yes, with grace. And of course, you're going to give me my money. Okay. Generosity, grace, and getting that bag by any means is what we're talking about. So remember not to burn bridges. Remember also that there would be no way for them to do this if they didn't have some sort of contingency plan. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I started out at the bank, right? And from 1999 going into 2000, it was crazy. I mean, it was ridiculous, the amount and the precision that it took for us to work as a unit. And we're talking about thousands of people and hundreds of departments under like 7 or 8 main divisions in the whole country, coming together every single week, multiple times per week, for what? Something called a contingency plan. And you better believe that the contingency plan had a contingency plan, and those contingency plans had babies. So what does this mean for you and your business? Make sure that your backup has backup. Make sure that whenever you have things to do and something or someone falls through the cracks and leaves something undone, that there's always a system in place where that work can be made up in sooner time than less, right? So, those are really the main things, that let your backup have backups, never burn bridges, so that you can always call or be called upon, and you can step right in as if things never change, right? And we know how many incarnations American Idol has gone through, but it's growing and growing and growing, and it might as well be called a super brand at this point, because they've been around for so long, even after switching networks. Something else I wanted to mention as well very quickly that, Harvey Weinstein got his just propers, and for me, 23 years in prison is not long enough, so extradite him immediately to California so they can give him another 23, 24, 25 years. Amen, amen, amen. If Cosby got whatever he got, then this young man, old man, whatever he is, he deserves to get what he got as well. And all of that was swept under the rug or swept away very, very quickly because there was so much going on in or on the entertainment calendar last Friday. So, of course, we're going to talk about the death of Prince Philip, which is wild. It's so wild. And as I mentioned on Friday, if those of you who are interested in tuning into us live every single day at 7:30, join us on Facebook. You can click the link in the bio, go all the way to the bottom of the page and join us on Facebook. And we talked on Friday about Meghan and Harry, and all the time that I'm sitting there watching them in this interview, I'm like, you do realize that you're going to have to go back there at some point because your grandparents are not young people, but their lineage is so tight, they wind up living for almost 100 years. He's 99 years old, or he was, Prince Philip. And so I just want us to always be mindful that, again, don't burn your bridges because you're going to have to go back at some point. And even if when you don't think that you have to, you might be called upon to do something and you want to go back and you want to go in grace no matter what the situation had or you were going through. I want to say congratulations to my favorite member of SWV's husband, Taj George. I want to congratulate you and your husband. Well, he is really doing all the work, but Eddie George has just been made the football coach over the Tennessee State University football team. Congratulations. I love them as a couple, and I love him as a baller. Yeah, that's what happens when you marry yourself a baller. He know what he doing. And the next thing we want to cover is, of course, losing the legendary DMX. And I use that term lightly, losing, because you never really lose when you escape this thing called life. And we all know that he had his demons, he had his troubles, he had his struggles just like everyone else. But I want you to always remember to stay authentically you. And one of the reasons why when he went in the hospital, there were people who wanted to pray for him. There were people who wanted to love on him. There were people who were willing to take time out of their day to stand in front of the hospital and say, yo, we got you, dog. We got you, and we're going to pray for you. And the only way that you get that kind of love is when you stand by who it is that you have, who it is that you are, what your brand is, what your business is, whether it was Earl or whether it was DMX. We loved him because he drew the line and he never retreated from who he was. So I want you just to be authentic in your branding, be authentic in your delivery. And here's why. You never have to pretend. I think I put in a post earlier. You don't have to pretend to be who you are. You is who you is or you ain't. Right? So we just wanted to let you know, to let that be your marker, from DMX to Whitney Houston and Bobby Chris and Rick James. I'm going to allow you to talk about Rick James, but he already prophesied and he told you cocaine is a hell of a drug, cocaine, whatever you're doing. But these people never deviated from who they were, and that is why they are legends, they are iconic, and they will never go out of style. You put on a Get At Me Dog, you put on All the Man I Need, you put on a Super Freak, and somebody's doing a two-step. So I just wanted to let you know those are the things that you need to apply in your business today. Shout out to Will Smith for sticking it to the man in Atlanta. Listen, you play with our freedom to vote, we will bankrupt you. Understand? Hint, hint, wink, wink, and right in your face. We will take your money and run. Yeah, I like that. Go ahead, look in the trends, see what's trending, and we'll talk to you in a minute. We're also going to come back and give you our schedule as well. If you want to know it, jump on over to YouTube. Listen. So I don't finish with Instagram. It's all I ran out of time. But what I want to tell you is, if you want to continue with us, where the conversation continues all across social media, what you can do is click the link in the description, and in the description you're going to be taken to our link profile to our Instagram. And on Instagram you're going to see our whole schedule. We're on Mondays, we come here live. Well, it's pre-recorded on Mondays, right? And then on every day in the evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the conversation continues on a private page on Facebook, and we'll show you how to get into that. Then every morning you can follow us. If you follow us here, you should follow us everywhere else, because across social media every morning for 1 minute, we give you a tip, a hack that you can use in your business immediately, if not sooner. We're about getting you results that you can see immediately, if not sooner. So we want you to do that as well. So even though we're on live every day, on Fridays and Mondays, I think we're not going to be as buttoned up as we are during the rest of the week. But on Fridays, we have something called Freestyle Fridays. And if you go back into the archives and see what we did on Friday, you'll be able to understand. It's similar to what we do now on Maverick Mondays, but it's a lot more loosened up, because Friday brings that energy of freedom that all of us want. Freedom from the hustle and the bustle and the going out and having to punch in and punch out. So we want you to be included in that as well. And if there are any of you who are out there who need a punch up in their business, if you want to know how you should be making money and bringing in money easily and effortlessly, even whether you're on line or not, what you can do is reach out to me. I'm Tanya Wieters. Reach out to me at Tanya at ecmgroups.com. That's TONIA as in India at ecmgroups.com, and we'll leave the link below. So I just want you to know, just keep moving forward. And one of the things that I didn't tell the other group, and I'm telling you right now, one of the most moving things that I saw today was an honor, a tribute, if you will, from Tashira Simmons, who was DMX's ex-wife. It was so gracious. It was so beautiful, that even in her time of mourning, even in her time where she should be celebrating, 50 years of life, that she thought it not robbery to honor this man that was her ex-husband. And that only comes from the creator of all the universe and of the heavens and the earth. So I'm going to leave you with that, and know that success looks good on you. You need to wear that more often, and I'll see you next time. Until then, the conversation continues. Join in.